Hello, my name is Kitish Kumar Sahu. I'm a lecturer in civil engineering, Bose Kotak. Today I'm gonna teach you some topics from railway and bridge engineering, which is a 6th semester civil engineering subject. So the topics to be covered are introduction. In introduction part, we will know about substructure and superstructure. Then bridge piers, abutment, wing walls, their types and approaches. And last one is assignment, the probable question from this chapter. So come to the introduction part. So what do you mean by superstructure? Superstructure is a structure or a part of a bridge which directly take the live load. Look at the slide. On a bridge, the portion of structure that is the span and directly receive the live load is referred as a superstructure. All the parts of bridge that are mounted on the top of the supporting substructure system, it covers elements such as decking, girder, slab, everything places over the main deck such as post, steel truss system, bridge girder, cable stay system, cable suspension system and more. Okay. Now what do you mean by substructure? Substructure includes abutment, piers, footing and wing walls. Okay. So look at the first point, the portion of bridge that support the superstructure and distribute loads of below the ground to the footing. It consists of piers, abutment, wing wall and foundations. Now look at the diagram. This show all the parts of a bridge. The above portion known as a superstructure and below of the superstructure is known as the substructure. So the arch, the girder, these are the girder. Okay, these are cross girder. Okay, look at this diagram. This is a longitudinal girder. Okay, so this is the abutment, this wing wall. This is a pier. Okay, this is a bearing and these are the foundation. We use pile foundation here, which is a deep foundation, and this is the pile cap and also this is a pier cap. Okay, now come to the bridge pier. So what do you mean by pier? Piers are the intermediate support of superstructure. Okay, so a bridge pier are intermediate support of superstructure that extended to ground below or into the water. It is used to support the bridge superstructure and transfer the load to the foundation. Okay, so for the smooth movement of water, we use end of the pier in different shapes. Okay, so this upstream side of the end of the bridge is known as cutwater and the downstream side of the end is known as edgewater. Okay, so so what do you mean by upstream side and downstream side? Look at the blackboard now. If it is a pier, let it be a pier. Okay, so the flow of the water from this direction to this direction. Okay, so this is the upstream side and this is the downstream side. Got it? So it is known as cutwater and it is known as edgewater. Okay, so these are the diagram, different shapes of a end of the pier. Okay. Now the types of bridge pier. Okay, so there are two types of bridge pier. One is solid pier, another one is open pier. Now what is the solid pier and what is the open pier? Look at the diagram. This is a solid pier. Okay, it doesn't permit the water to flow in between. Okay, because it is solid portion. So another one is open pier. It is consist of one or more columns. So there is a gap between them, so which permit water to flow through it. Okay, so now look at the solid pier. Solid piers possess solid and impermeable structure and usually constructed from brick, stone masonry, mass concrete or reinforcement concrete. Okay, solid piers are categorized into two parts. One is solid masonry piers, another one is solid reinforcement concrete piers. Okay, the solid masonry pier. The pier is constructed with help of brick masonry, stone masonry or cement concrete masonry. Okay, for economical reason we use outer side of the piers with brick masonry or stone masonry, but inside we fill the mass concrete. So look at the first point, it is consist of brick masonry, stone masonry and concrete. For economical reason, the outer part of the solid masonry piers is built from stone masonry and inner part is filled with help of mass concrete. Got it? So it is the diagram which shows that the outermost side is built with a brick masonry and inside we will build with the mass concrete. Okay, Now come to the solid reinforcement concrete pillar. Okay, solid reinforcement concrete pillar is simple. It is made up of reinforcement concrete, but it is uneconomical, and it is used when we go for need a high bridge or we need a elevated bridge. Okay, so first point is the reinforcement concrete pier is mostly constructed for reinforced concrete and commonly rectangular in cross section. Okay, it is commonly rectangular, but we can use cylindrical cross section also. So it is used in case where the height of pier is more and the solid masonry pier would not be strong enough to bear the load and can uneconomical, obviously, because we use throughout the RCC or reinforcement concrete, so it is uneconomical. Now come to the next slide, which is open pier. As I told before, open pier, there is a two or more columns are there in a pier like this, so it permits water to flow through it. Now look at the slide. First one is cylindrical pier. Okay, cylindrical pier is constructed from cast iron and mild steel cylinder which is filled with concrete. This type of pier is suitable for bridge with moderate height. In certain case, horizontal and diagonal steel bracing may be used to improve the stability. Okay, when there is a stability issue, then we can simply use a bracing that may be diagonal or horizontal. Look at this bracing, like maybe like this. Okay, this is known as diagonal bracing, or we can also use what, this type of bracing, which is horizontal bracing. Okay. Now come to the next slide, which is column pier or column bent. Okay, so this type of pier is suitable for bridge with significant height. It consists of cap beam and supporting column forming a frame. Column bent pier can either be used to support the steel girder superstructure or be used as an integral pier where the cast in place construction techniques used. The column can be either circular, rectangular in cross section. They are by far the most popular form of piers in moderate highway system. Okay, so here is the column piers. So there are 3 numbers of columns in a single piers. Here we use isolated footing. Okay, we also use combined footing. If the space is more, then we can use isolated footing. If the space is less, then we go for combined footing. So what do you mean by space? If in a bridge the lane, that means the lane is more, it is maybe 6 lane, 8 lane, then space or width of the span is more, so we can go for isolated footing. But if the space is not that more, then we can go for combined footing. Okay. Now multi-column or multi-bent. Okay, so if a pier constructed with help of more than 3 columns, then it is known as multi-column pier. Okay, now look at the definition. Multi-column or pier bent or frame bent piers are composed of 2 or more columns that support a cap. Isolated footing is used for this type of piers if the spacing between columns are large, otherwise combined footing would be more suitable, as I told before. Okay, so there is a problem of debris collection when the water is allowed to flow between columns. Okay, now look at the diagram. As I told before, it is these are the gap in a piers, so it allows water to flow through it. So there is a problem or disadvantage, we can say disadvantage, the debris are collected here. Okay. What is debris? Debris are the waste. Okay. Next classification is pile pier or pile bent. Okay, so pile piers also same as the column pier. The difference is the height of the pier is short. Okay, or we use when the bridge height is short. Okay, the pile piers is modification of column bent pier and used for the type of bent on low height and short span structure. So pile pier or pile bent are specified when the ground is unstable and low piers are required. Okay, if the ground is unstable, then we go for also pile pier or pile bent. So these are the pile pier. As I said, it is also a type of column piers, but the bracings are used due to the bearing or increase the bearing or support. Okay. Now come to the trestle piers or trestle bent. Okay, the trestle pier or trestle bends are made up of RCC or steel with horizontal, vertical and diagonal members. Okay, and it is also used when the elevated, it also used for elevated bridge and for timber work and temporary bridges. Okay, the it is also used or it is suitable when the current of water or water current is less. Okay, so they are made up of RCC or steel with vertical, horizontal and diagonal members. It's suitable for bridge in location where the river bed is firm and water current is slow. It is also employed for flyovers and elevated road. They are used for temporary work and timber work. Okay, these are the diagram. This is the timber work, and these are the made up of diagonal, horizontal and vertical members. Okay, and it is a elevated bridge also. So next one is our abutment. So what do you mean by abutment? Abutment is the end support of the superstructure, okay, in a bridge. So and it also retains some backfill or soil in its back. Okay, now look at the slide. They are the end support of superstructure, retaining earth on their back. They are built either with machinery, stone or brickwork, or ordinary mass concrete or reinforcement concrete. Abutment attach the deck or surface of the bridge to the ground and facilitates supporting the weight both horizontal and vertical direction. Okay, so vertical direction, it also take vertical or horizontal loads. What vertical load are definitely it is the live load that comes from a moving vehicle, and horizontal load it may be wind load or thrust from the water. Okay. Now the types of abutment. Abutment can be classified as abutment with wing wall and abutment without wing wall. So what do you mean by wing wall? Wing wall are like a retaining wall. It retains earth in its back. Okay, so come to the abutment with wing walls. It is further classified into straight wing wall, splayed wing wall and return wing wall. Okay, so straight wing walls, look at this diagram now. Look at the blackboard. If it is a abutment, it is a end support and it is a abutment, and we construct a wing wall like this. Okay, like this. The wing wall and the abutment are constructed with the same material. Got it? So if it is constructed like this, then we called it as a straight wing wall. Okay, straight wing wall or straight abutment with wing wall. Okay, and splayed wing wall means this wall which make an 45 degree to the abutment. Okay, if it makes 45 degree angle, this angle should be 45 degree, then it is known as splayed wing wall. Okay, and it facilitate or it is allow the water to come smoothly or entry smoothly and exit smoothly. Okay, now another one is return wing wall, or we can say it also a U-type wing wall. What do you mean? So if the wall and this abutment are make an angle 90 degree, this angle should be 90 degree, then it is look like a U-type. If this is a abutment, then it is a wall and it is a wall. So this make an U-type abutment. This is a U-type wing wall. Okay, now look at the slide. The abutment with splayed wing wall are used across the river to provide smooth entry and exit of water. The abutment with return wing wall are known as U abutment. This type of abutment is extended at right angles on both the ends to some distance to protect the earthwork. This is used where banks are steep and rocky. Okay, where the bank are steep and rocky, that means if the bearing is high, then we go for the return type of wing wall. Okay. Now look at the diagram. This is a straight gravity wing wall. This is a wing wall. Okay, this is total wing wall, and its back there is a backfill. Okay, and this is just plain straight wing wall, and this is a splayed wing wall which make 45 degree angle to abutment, and this is a return wing wall. Okay, this is a plan. Okay, this is U type. Top view. Plan means top view. Okay. So this shape is like this because the wing wall may be straight vertical or buttressed. Buttressed means little slopy. If it is straight, this means this. Buttressed means this type of. Okay. Now come to the disadvantage of abutment with wing walls. They tend to restrict the flood prism and hence increase scour and rise upstream flood level. Okay, due to this abutment with wing wall, the scouring is increases. If scouring increases, then depth of the river increases, the conclusion is flood situation created. Okay, Next is the scour may be required deeper foundation. Okay, if scouring is there, if scouring is occurring, then we need what, strong foundation, which can be provided with help of a deep foundation, that means pile foundation. That is ultimately it is uneconomical. Okay, next point is foundation may have to be built in wet. Okay. Now come to the second classification of abutment, which is abutment without wing walls. Okay, so in this category the following types of abutment are generally used. So one is buried abutment, next one is box abutment, and then T abutment and arch abutment. Now come to the first, buried abutment. What do you mean by buried abutment? Okay, we construct the abutment, then we do the filling. Okay, now look at the diagram. First we construct this abutment, then we fill the earth, either both side or one side. Okay, before filling also we can construct the superstructure above the abutment. This is known as a buried abutment. So look at the definition. This type of abutment is generally built prior to placing of the fill. Okay, since it is filled on both side of earth, the earth pressure is low. As we fill the soil in both the side, okay, so the earth pressure or the thrust in the both side are balance each other, so the pressure of the soil is less. Okay, the superstructure erection can be begin before placement of fill. Okay, as I said before, we can also construct the superstructure above the abutment before we place the fill or before we place the soil. Got it? Now come to the next slide, which is box abutment. Box abutment are used when the height of the bridge is less. Okay, and it also provided pedestrian traveling in between. Okay, look at the diagram. This is opening for pedestrian. Okay, so it is supports also approach. This type of abutments also support the approaches. Okay, approaches we know about in later slide. Okay. So look at the definition. This employs a short span of a bridge built integral with columns to act as a frame and resist earth pressure of the approach. It most often used to overpass work where the short span may be employed for pedestrian passage. Okay. Now the next is T abutment. T abutment is a abutment whose plans look like a T shape. From the plan or from top view, it will look like a T shape. It is known as a T abutment. Got it? Now come to the next, which is a arch abutment. So arch abutment, when there is a situation that there is a deep valley or deep gorges, then we go for arch abutment. Got it? The disadvantage in arch abutment is there is a two thrust acting end of the arch. So it can't be controllable, or it is take lakhs of money for controlling this thrust. Okay, so it is possible if the foundation or earth are there soily or rocky, then we simply place over it so that the thrust can be balanced. So this type of, look at the definition, this type of abutment is used where arches are employed because of their economy and certain condition. The high inclined skewback thrust and are difficult to handle unless the abutment can sit on a rock. Okay, therefore they are often used for span over gauges. Okay, span over gauges means it is used when there is a situation for deep valley. Got it? Now come to the wing wall. Okay, so what do you mean by wing wall? As I told before, it is like a retaining wall. So it retains earth or soil. Okay, sometimes it also used to retain the water also, but majorly it retains earth. It used in roadway to in cutting, and sometimes also in embankment where the width is not more. Okay, let me show you diagram. Okay, if it is a ground level and we need to construct a road inside it, then simply we cut it. Okay, as we cut it, then it needs to this earth or this soil to be retained by some structure. So this structure is known as retaining wall. Okay, so the same it is the same, the wing wall has the same function. Okay, so look at the definition. These are the wall provided at both end of abutment to retain the earth filling of the main abutment. They are constructed of the same material as those of the main abutment. The design of wing wall is depend upon the nature of bank. Depending upon the type of material used, wing walls are categorized into followings. So masonry wing walls, reinforcement concrete wing walls. Okay. So now come to the masonry wing walls. Masonry wing walls either end abruptly or join a small return wall constructed parallel to the roadway with horizontal span. Their water phase is kept either vertical or buttressed. So their water phase. Okay. So wing wall retain the what? If it is a wing wall, so it retain the earth here, and there is some water also. This is a water phase. Okay. Or we can say it in this type, in this side the wing wall retain earth, and in this side this is the water phase. So water phase either what? Either vertical or buttressed. Like it is vertical or buttressed, tilt or inclined. Okay. So in order to drain off the retained fill, weave hole are provided through the body of the wall. Okay. Retained wall has some holes in the, this is known as weave hole. Okay. This hole is known as weave hole because the main purpose of retaining wall is retain the earth, which give the horizontal thrust. If in rainy season or in seepage, the another thrust also act on a what? Retaining wall, that is a water force. So to reduce that water force, we use simply hole so that the water flow from the hole. Okay. So generally the top of the wing wall is either kept horizontal or sloping down. Next one is reinforcement concrete wing wall. Generally cantilever or counterfort type wing wall are used as a RC's wing wall. Top of the wing wall is either kept horizontal or sloping down. Okay. This is a cantilever type wing wall. Okay. There is no supports, but this is a support here. It is known as counterfort. If support is opposite to the fill, then it is counterfort. If the support is same in the same side where the filling is where is the filling, then it is known as buttress. Okay. Now come to the approaches. Okay. So approaches, it is the it is a slab before the abutment. Okay. Before we construct a, look at this, this is a arch, this here is the abutment, and the before the slab before the abutment there is a slab we provided for supporting the earth. Okay. This is known as approaches. The length of the approaches is 15 meter as per the IRC, and we can provide the what? Cant or super elevation if there is a horizontal curve. So the approach are the length of the communication route at both the ends. In case arch or suspension bridge, sometimes it is economical to cover only central major portion of the bridge. Okay. Now come to the assignment. So these are some probable questions ask in your exam. Go through it. Describe the different types of piers. Net sketch. Give the different types of abutments. Okay. So write down it and go through it. Okay. So if you have any doubts, then you can mail me or contact my WhatsApp number. Thank you.
झीटीए तो माटी आम सामाजिक और पारिवारिक जीवनर मूल कथाटी से माने आगकू गले आगकू जीव संसार आम झील मैंने आ पुओंकठू पछरे नाहांती एबे तो बदली गलानी समय बदली गलानी जुग से झील माननकू आहुरी आगकू नहीं आत्मनिर्भरशील और स्वावलंबी करने ओडिशा सरकार सुदक्षा योजना रे सरकारी ITI माध्यम संपूर्ण मागणारे जोगई देउछंती सबु प्रकार उत्कृष्ट मानर वैषयिक ज्ञान कौशलर तालीम। एबे आम झील रहिबे सबुठु आगरे सबुठु उपरे।
मु सफल मु कुशली मु सुदक्षा।